Adam Chris for my MMA News here with my man Nick Groundskeeper Willie. Man, we're kicking it back from a long time, getting it done here at Elite Jiu-Jitsu. He's got a competition this weekend at Fight to Win in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the 2300 arena against Desmond McDonald. Nick, man, it's been a long time. I appreciate you taking the time.
Likewise, man.
How you been?
Good, man.
How's life been?
Training hard, family, raising a family. Finally took up coaching jiu-jitsu, man, and fell in love again.
Yeah. So getting back into the gist of training, getting back into the competition aspect, giving up MMA and just focusing on jiu-jitsu now?
Yeah. I have a lot better chance of going in and coming out and going home the same way I went in.
Yeah.
I can do this a lot longer than I can get punched in the face.
Well, I can tell you, I mean, like I said, covering your MMA career and then seeing you transition into the transition into grappling, you've always been entertaining. You always bring it. It's always fun to watch you. So no matter what you're doing, you're always an entertainer first and foremost. So it's always fun. No matter what competition it is, the groundskeeper brings it. So period, point blank, people need to know that. But moving forward, man, Desmond McDonald, tell us a little bit about what you know.
He's tall. He's long. I expect some good jiu-jitsu, man. I've watched a few of his matches. He's not a slouch. He's a gamer. He's going to bring it. He trains with a lot of tough guys up at Balance. I know I have a little history with some of the guys up at Balance, so those guys come ready. So I expect a really good match.
Is there any, like you said, you have some history with Balance. Is there any bad blood that you're bringing into the match?
No bad blood. Just, those guys are gamers, and I don't think the out-of-city gyms get quite the same respect or love up and down the East Coast, but I know banging with those guys, they know that we're no slouches either.
Yeah. I was talking to one of your teammates previously, and he was saying actually he relishes on the fact that being from the smaller cities and then going up against the bigger guys, he enjoys that because he feels like you said, you guys don't get much respect, so it's an even better time to come in, show out, and show what you guys are really made of. Is that something that you feel?
Yeah, no, definitely. But you can. It allows us to take that underdog mentality, but sooner or later, guys are going to know that they can't sleep on us, man. They can't sleep on the guys out of sleep.
So you're been in this for a long time, like I said, man. Long time. I can go on for days about your illustrious MMA career, but we're not going to go there. What I want to talk about is you competing at the 2300 arena. A lot of history is there, man. From the old school ECW days, from the boxing matches to MMA. Now they're having Fight to Win. It's going to be a packed house on Saturday, and you're used to a packed house, but it's going to be featured on Flow Grappling as well. Does all that attention bring any added drama to you, any added pressure, or do you thrive on it, or do you not even think about it anymore?
I mean, in a way, I don't think about it, but if anything, it brings the best out of me. The lights are brightest. I shine the brightest. I don't stop. It doesn't matter who it is. You got to stop me because I'm coming. The 2300 arena, I've been there before. It's exciting, man. Seth Daniels throws on a hell of a promotion, a hell of an event. I've never heard anybody say anything bad about Fight to Win. I thoroughly enjoy the experience every time. It's a pleasure to work with.
It's one of those shows that it's become one of the prime, especially on the East Coast, one of those prime spots that you need to compete on to get much of exposure. And it's one of the better shows that anybody wants in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu community. They want to compete on. So he's doing a tremendous job on that. I want to talk to you a little bit about what got you into the training experience. I mean, like I said, you started with MMA, but what got you into training from the gate? You mean you were a wrestler from the gate, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah.
And then take from there?
So after wrestling in college, I still had the competitive itch. I found, a friend of mine told me about Team Defiant, and the rest is history. I fell in love with MMA. I had a family that kind of sputtered my MMA. Just MMA is very demanding, and guys were not getting easier. But I also knew that having experienced jiu-jitsu training for my fights in MMA, that when I was done with that, I'm coming back to jiu-jitsu. I never stopped training jiu-jitsu, but I didn't put all my focus into it, and now it's my sole focus in all of my training, and I couldn't be happier with it, man. I get to hand it down. I get to teach. I get to refine my game, and I still get to be competitive. And I'm competing at a reasonably high level.
And that was going to be my next question. Not only are you competing at a high level, but how often are you trying to compete nowadays? I mean, you have to balance between your family, your teaching, your own training schedule. How do you find the balance between all that, and how often do you like to compete on top of that?
I mean, to be honest, I compete every chance I get, whether it's a regional tournament, a really small backwoods tournament, it's an invitational, submission only, gi, no gi. If I can shove it in my schedule, I do it, regardless of how much training I can do to prep for it. I love to compete. I love to go against the best guys. I like training with new guys at different schools. I love it, man. I can do this until I can't do it anymore.
So what do you think, one tool that you bring into this match this Saturday that you think that your opponent will not be ready for, period, point blank?
It's really hard to mimic my pressure. And even if you can mimic my pressure, doesn't mean you can handle my pressure. And I'm relentless, man. I don't stop. You better beat me to the punch, because if you don't, I'm going to find something.
And if you had to call your shot, how do you get your hand raised on Saturday evening?
I'm going to say Kimura.
Kimura?
So, win by Kimura. And the way things have been going, there'll probably be a second left when it happens.
All right, there he goes, my man Nick Groundskeeper Willie. Fight to win this Saturday. I appreciate your time, man. It was excellent catching up.
Thanks for having me.
Be there.